All right, so let's continue. So there's a couple words that you really need to know, and that is uh, reliability and also validity. And so, what does reliability mean? Reliability is a test consistency. So does it give those consistent results each and every time? Ways that they do that, it would be a test retest. That would be they would compare the test scores by the same person at two different times. The SAT is really good at this. So in many cases, people will take it multiple times. Their scores may improve the second time, but it's not going to be such a huge difference in it because the tests usually yield consistent results and all that stuff. So that's a really big part of it is if your test will be good if it's reliable. The other part to your test being a good one is that if it's valid, does it measure what it's supposed to measure? So is there a correlation between SAT scores and the first year college grades? Not really. Here's why. The SAT is designed to measure what you're going to do up to that point. It doesn't predict future college success. So reliability, is it repeatable? Is it consistent? Or validity, is it measuring? Is it doing what it's supposed to do? There are lots of problems with intelligence tests, though, and we are, we have a lot of issues with testing in our country today. Um, so, for example, some test takers do a better job than others, not because though people are more intelligent. If you look at education, economic background, for example, there are some people that have a lot more advantages and economic backgrounds than other people do. So for example, if you're taking an IQ test, is it fair that you compare yourself with, say, a school district that doesn't have as many resources and all that stuff? Not only that, though, what about motivation? What if you're living in an area where kids aren't all that motivated to kind of go get beyond their current need at that particular moment? And then there's also cultural biases as well. So an example of that is it's called uh, the BITCH test. Yes, you can spell that word out. And this test was a multiple choice questionnaire in which the examinee was asked to identify the meaning of 100 words as they were used in black ghettos. So this is a test that was given a long time ago. I don't know the exact date. I think it was like the 40s or the 50s or anything like that. Examples words were used: alley apple, black draw, blood, boogie, boogie joogie, and boot. And hold on one second. So why you're going to see it in a few seconds, but why is this important for me to mention? Well, the results of the test showed that the black group performed much better than the white group. White students that were thought ahead, that had more cultural or more economic resources, and many people were using race in policies, and they were saying that white students would perform better because they had higher IQs, which was not a valid statement whatsoever. So it actually showed that the white students, they performed much poorly in the test than blacks did, suggesting that there are more important dissimilarities in the cultural backgrounds of blacks and whites. The results of these tests in the examination of it's called the Bitch 100, confirmed Robert Williams' belief that his intelligence test dealt with content material that was familiar to blacks. However, there exists a restriction of range from the current form, and which thereby limiting its usefulness as an instrument for actually test taking and all that stuff. But basically, what it did is it showed that both of the tests demonstrate that cultural content on intelligence tests may lead to culturally biased results. Okay, so let's take a look at this test for a second. All right, so what is an alley apple? So I'm just gonna let you look at it. I'm gonna do that. An alley apple apparently is a brick, which I never knew. Okay, so a blood, a boot refers to a jackleg preacher. So this test again shows that if you put culturally biased stuff in an intelligence test, one group is going to benefit, one group's not going to benefit. You're not really measuring intelligence. You're measuring what a particular group knows about a certain thing. So these are the questions that are that are on the sheet that you're going to turn. So what you're going to do is you're going to answer these questions based on these notes, and then you're going to submit it, and then you're going to finish the other thing. So again, if any of you have any questions, I'll be back on Tuesday, and good luck. Thank you, and I appreciate you guys listening.